we are halfway to the best time of the year. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, I'm Mend, and I cover all things tarot and oracle card related, finding glimmers in the mundane, or finding magic in the mundane if you prefer that term. And yes, today I am taking part in the tag that was created by the fabulous Celina over at Essence of the Moon, and this is the halfway to Halloween tag. And personally, I love Halloween. I think it's one of my favorite seasons. I think most of us that are witchy and whatnot tend to love the more spooky, darker season. While I love summer, I'm really looking forward to summer hitting here in Ireland. Lord knows we need the sun, but I'm hand on heart definitely an autumn girly. It's just, I love my comfy cozies, I love my hoodies, my hoodies, my Uggs, my cozy slippers. Like, I just love the comfort that autumn brings. I like the slower months. I like to, summer can be very fast paced, there's a lot going on, whereas I love autumn where it's like leaning into ancestral work, the spirits, and just really tuning in to that really slow way of being. It just suits my soul, to be honest. It really does. So without further ado, let's get comfy cozy. Let's have a nice relaxing time and going through the prompts and the tag that was created by Celina. Let's go. Okay, so the first prompt, actually, I need to address. I'm very sorry. Jackie is having a day off. He's tired. And so today is a lovely my usual mug, actually. It's the Winnie the Pooh one. This seems to be very popular, but I love this see the good in all things quote. So this is the mug we have today. My coffee is actually cold, doesn't bother me. Anyway, first prompt is the deck that feels like October. Now, can I also say, Celina, you spoke to my heart when you say it wasn't just tarot related, okay? We can use tarot, oracle, Lenormand, whatever cartomancy, divination tool that you want to use, you can add to these prompts. I love that. As a little bit of a rule breaker with these tags, I appreciate this. So, the deck that feels like October. So, what deck instantly gives you Halloween vibes no matter the season? And I cheated. Well, actually I didn't, because you allowed these prompts to be open. And by the way, that sound was actually me popping the back of my cover, because it doesn't fit on the stand. So the first one that instantly came to mind for me is the Halloween, I'm all thumbs today, the Halloween Oracle. And I do apologize if you can hear the washing machine. Look, this is just real life, isn't it? It's just not quite all the time. And laundry is, as my mom and I like to say, the gift that keeps on giving. It's just a continuous cycle. Do you see what I did there? Oh, I'll see myself out. So, the Halloween Oracle. This, without a doubt, will always give me that Halloween vibes. Like, look at the jack-o'-lantern, the zombies. It just, and there's skulls. I think most people's complaints or whatever with this deck is there's too many skulls. I'm like, is there such thing? I don't think so. But yes, this instantly gives me, like, look at that. I love that. Invisibility. So this always gives me this beautiful Halloween vibe. Always. I love this eternal love. And the lamp. And I know there's like a Bambrack as well, which is very popular here in Ireland when you have the gold ring. That could nearly break a tooth. So yeah, that is the Halloween Oracle. But I also picked a second deck as well that kind of gives more the autumn feel, I would say, to So we have our Halloween vibe, but we also have our autumn feel as well. And I picked the Cozy Witch Tarot deck because this is literally what autumn feels like for me. Look at that. Now, I've never tried pumpkin spice lattes. I know a lot of people tend to like that. I am just, I'll be honest, like just a diehard cappuccino basic lover, to be honest. So I don't go for the fancy coffees. I might sometimes get an iced caramel cappuccino, but I love the pumpkins and the coziness and the witchiness. Like, look at this. So yeah, those two decks really do fit that Halloween vibe. No matter what the season, I feel like you could use the Halloween Oracle all year round, and this one too. Maybe this one might fit a little bit more, so it like has hints of Halloween but not too much. Number 2 is soft spooky deck. So which deck feels eerie but still gentle, dreamy, or spring-like? So I'm going to move you guys back a little bit because I feel like you can hardly see my hands. And I wouldn't say this deck is eerie. It's definitely a cute spooky. Is my Boo Tarot. I love this deck. Oh my goodness. It is so incredibly cute. It is incredibly bold though. So it's my incredibly cute Boo Tarot. Because look at that. Oh my goodness me. It's very badly bowed. I'm going to put it down to the temperatures here because in Ireland it is quite a damp climate. So this one, it is, I definitely feel like it fits that gentle, dreamy and spring feel. I feel like this one fits this prompt absolutely perfect. It's so incredibly cute. There's nothing eerie about it. I definitely don't feel like in that sense it doesn't fit the eerie aspect. Okay, maybe this one. But for the most part, it is so stinking cute. Look at that. Adorable. I love this so much. I love the sparkles. Like, yes, give me the sparkles. This reminds me of Jay over at Iridescent Tarot, where she did the thought. Why are all my majors having a... They're all having a party together. But anyway, so yes, this is the Boo Tarot. This is so stinking cute. Oh my goodness me. I really need to use this. Okay, so I had to move my mug out of the way. So we're on to the Veil deck, which is number 3. And what deck feels closest to the unseen spirit or the in-between? And I chose the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. So I definitely agree that Samhain is the season that is very much for that in-between. It's where, you know, they say the veil is at its thinnest. It's where the spirits come in. It's where our ancestors come to visit. There's a whole folklore behind it. Mine is well used. Look at that red gilding. I mean, Rockpool do like smash it with the gilding here. Like that red. Yeah. Thanks very much. I love it. So this is the first Seasons of the Witch deck that I actually got. I do have the whole collection. No, I'm not sorry, because I love them. I'm very much a seasonal deck lover. I'm trying to create space here. As big and all as my desk is, I never seem to have enough space. But this deck just always reads so incredibly well when it comes to spirit work or connecting with that in between. Now it is on the glossier side, so I do apologize. It's quite bright here today, which is strange because it's been dark and gloomy, pretty much like this deck here is a bit dark and gloomy. But I do feel like this is so close to the spirit realm. It just seems to capture that essence. Oh, I could look at this deck all day. Like, I love this deck. So yeah, that would be my Veil deck. Prompt number 4 is my most intuitive deck. So which deck do you trust the most without question? And I bet all of you are going to go, she's going to show the Green Witch. I know she's going to show the Green Witch. But no, not today. My Green Witch is on holiday. She's having a break. She's been quite busy, so we're giving her a break. And the deck I actually chose was Divine Feminine Tarot. Now, the clicking is actually my tiger's eye, so if you're new, I paired a crystal with it. If you don't know, I mean, it's probably not very obvious. I enjoy crystals. I know. It's not the most obvious, but just in case you were wondering. So this is the Nocturnal one. So this is the one that's in black and gold. Now I'm going to have to be careful with this, I realise, because this has some nudity in it. I wouldn't say a lot, to be honest. It has like a bit of boob and whatnot. Just to kind of quickly give you... Sorry, now that this is a bit quicker than I forgot. So we'll just stick with the death card like that. Okay, there's a lot of boob in it, but I mean, honestly, okay, we'll stick with the High Priestess because this is one of my favourite cards and it's one I'll always look for in a deck. But this one I trust without question, for the reason being is that when I do readings, the intuitive hits off this. I don't know, is it because of the simplicity of it? Is it the colouring or what? But this just seems to spark my intuition, and the messages that I have always gotten from this deck have been like spot on. They're like, as we say here, bang on. They're just on point. So this is definitely one of my most intuitive decks. And then when you pair it with the guidebook, as you can see, it is really loved. I mean, the gilding is pretty battered now at this stage. It's held up pretty good, but if you go this way... But this is my most intuitive deck for sure. But I'm sorry I can't show any more because I don't want to get flagged for it. So yeah, this is the Divine Feminine Tarot. Prompt number 5 is Shadow Work deck. So what deck do you reach for when things get real, raw and honest? And I've talked about this deck several times, especially for Shadow Work. And it is the Enchanted for Hoxa Tarot. So I don't work with this deck all the time. I've tried doing daily reads with it and it doesn't read like that, to be honest. It really shows up in times when, again, I need that honesty and I need that realness, because... And sometimes we need to be kind of called out by our own cards. It can be a bit hurtful, and this deck can certainly be a little bit on the meaner side. But as I always say, it's always in the best intention. Like, this deck really does want the best for you, but it's not going to shy away from being real either. So, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate it. So while it's not my most used deck, it definitely has given me very profound and real readings. Not that my other decks haven't, they have. But this hits in a way where it's kind of that stern mother that's giving you some home truths that need to be heard. It's not going to mollycoddle you. It's not going to... It's going to hold your hand, but it's also like, I'm going to hurt your feelings a little bit. But you'll be okay, because together we'll get through it. But it is a case where this is going to be honest. Hello. It's going to be real, but it's going to be okay. Okay? Shadow work is not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be a walk in the park. It is heartbreaking. It can be gut-wrenching. It can be sometimes to the point a little bit soul-destroying, because it is intense and it is raw. And sometimes we can feel very raw and very vulnerable after it. This deck acknowledges that vulnerability, but also tells you that it is okay to be open and to be real and honest with yourself. And that, you know, there are lighter cards here, so it's like it is moving into a lighter stage. like. So yeah, this is definitely my my shadow deck. Prompt number 6 is the deck that gives you chills. Which deck has an energy that makes you pause or feel something deeper? And the deck that does that for me is the Tarot Secrets. And this is by Blue Angel. And I've touched upon this deck a small bit, but this deck is, and it's very fitting because with it being called the Tarot Secrets, it has definitely given me moments of pause because one, the artwork is quite unusual. It does veer a little from the Rider-Waite-Smith. It is, but it's not. Do you know what I'm saying? So it has like astrological symbolism, it has the elements, there's a lot of symbols, there's a lot of decoding within this deck, there's a lot of intuitive messages that need to be looked into deeper. So it's not a first glance deck that you're going to get something straight away. It's very intuitive, that's for sure, but it's trying not to get in trouble here. Slight nudity, not much, but it's, I forget what decks have like nudity and whatnot, but it is a deck that I definitely, oh good lord, have had moments when I was reading going, oh my goodness me, and I think that's because of the guidebook. So for example, we have the Fool, and what I love, this guidebook really adds to it, is pure potential, right? So it's not just a leap of faith, it's the pure potential of when you take that leap of faith. And you have your guidance, your dynamics, and your secrets. So the Fool is the first card, but not card number 1. The Fool's number 0, the vast open emptiness in which everything arises, into which everything returns. So again, it takes a very spiritual but analytical approach to this as well. So like meanings and messages, so dive in with your whole self and flow with what's happening. Let yourself learn as you go. A portal of possibilities open, step through it, okay? And so then you also have the reverse meanings if you want to read reversals, but this has just been definitely a deck that has given me chills when I've been reading the cards. I'm like, oh, okay, weird. I love synchronicity, so this is very much a synchronized deck for sure. Prompt number 7 is your October deck, already picked. So if you had to choose right now, what deck would you definitely use this Halloween? And for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, is my Zombie Tarot. 100%. I am definitely using this year because I love this deck. It's very funny. It's a very comical deck. And sometimes, you know, Halloween or Samhain can feel a bit heavy, right? And so I want something that kind of adds a bit of lightness. Mine is upside down. That adds that bit of lightness and fun. And I like the vintage feel to it as well. It feels like one of those old movies. Feels very 50s, 40s, 50s. And I really like it. But it does give great readings, by the way, can I just add? It's not something that's just gimmicky. It does give really good readings as well. I know off the bat you might look and go, I don't really see it. But when you start working with it, it's definitely an underrated, underestimated deck as well. But I do feel like those that have this deck also say the same thing. But it's definitely, I can see all my... My majors are all gathering together. Look at this. Majors. Okay. I think I need to shuffle this a bit more. I didn't even put this in order. But yeah, this deck for sure is going to be used this Halloween. Prompt number 8 is the deck that reflects you right now. So which deck feels like it mirrors your current energy or life phase? And I actually had to think about that because I thought that was such a great question because it got me thinking, okay, well, where am I currently in my energy? So at the moment, currently as I'm recording this, I'm feeling a little bit, I don't want to say run down, but I definitely feel like I've been kind of powering through a lot, and Not that I've been pushing myself on purpose, it's just kind of it's how I tend to be at the moment. I find it very hard to relax and center, hence why I love my glimmers, because they remind me to be present in the moment. But like that, I think like everyone, life has been extremely busy, right? And of course, again, you know, there's been lots of different things that have been going on in the background that, you know, life happens and you have to deal with and whatnot, and that's totally fine. And also, you know, so you've like difficult things to be dealing with, so like grief being one of those, and then all the other stuff. But I'm also, and I tend to forget, I'm very much, as they like to say, in my bride era. And I haven't actually taken time to pause and really enjoy being in my bride to be era, because it's been busy. And yeah, it's just everything is kind of happening so fast. Sorry, this is a bit rambly, but yeah, so that gave me pause as to where I am currently right now. And so I'm in the midst of, also on top of everything, planning a wedding as well. And if you've planned a wedding, you will know a lot goes into it, and especially if you're from Ireland, oh my goodness me, I think worldwide, like, it's weddings are expensive anyway. But the deck that is currently really matching my energy, I want to say, is the Yukio Tarot. It's a journey into the floating world. Now, I wouldn't be very familiar with that, but what I want to say is I've been using it, and I'll talk more about this for my monthly wrap up. But this deck has just been so amazing right now with keeping me very present and being very mindful. This guidebook is actually fantastic. It's very small, but it's definitely one of my favorite white books, I think. I mean, if you were to really break this down, like, that's a little white book. But this has been so good at keeping me present and reminding me of my little glimmers, and that you can get through anything, and life will throw you curveballs and you will end up with like a mountain of stuff to try and get through, but yet here you stand, haven't gotten through a mountain of stuff before. So, you know, this deck has really matched me with where I'm at, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful, and I pretty much use it by itself. I haven't found an oracle that I feel like will work with it. It's very rare I say this, but I feel like this doesn't really need an oracle, because this by itself is enough. It's truly beautiful. I love this artwork, which is amazing because it wouldn't be my usual style, but I love this. This is amazing. But yeah, anyway, that's that deck. So number 9 is most transformational deck. What deck has changed your perspective, practice, or growth the most? And honestly, I think all of them have at one point or another, but the one that I chose recently that really opened my eyes, like the pairing that kind of really hit, but I'm just using the tarot actually, is the Rebel Heart Tarot. It's not one that I see many talk about here, but this one changed how I viewed things. I'm sorry to keep that very vague, but as in, it really opened my eyes to seeing beyond what I was currently seeing right in front of me. I think a lot of you kind of understand, and like you can apply that anywhere, but as in, like, this deck off the bat, okay, it's very colorful, it's very bright. I love collage style decks anyway. I love the quirkiness and the oddity of it. I love the fact that, like, we have the human body with an animal head, which is a very interesting concept. I do believe Chris Ann actually has one as well. Is it called The Curious Creatures? But this really opened my eyes in the sense of there's more to life than what meets the eye, right? There's more to certain things than meets the eye, and sometimes we have to dig a little deeper, and sometimes you have to think a little different to everyone else, right? You don't always have to follow suit. And I feel like this deck is a great example of you do not have to be like everyone else to be able to speak your own truth. And that was, to me, really at the moment, was just eye-opening. It was revolutionary. It was like, I do not have to follow the crowd. I do not have to be like everyone else. And I do want to touch upon the guidebook, because this is actually, again, really, really good. So we'll go with Ace of Wands. Have I gone the right way? I have. And I just thought it was so, so good. So we have keywords, imagery, meanings, a personal prompt, so if you want to journal on it, and also an affirmation, which are all things that I love. Need I say any more? Prompt number 10 is comfort deck. So which deck feels safe, grounding, and like a spiritual exhale? And I picked the Dreamgate Oracle by Danielle Noel. I started working with this one this year. I've had it for a while. I'm not even going to talk about why it sat there for so long, but this was so comforting, like incredibly comforting. Excuse me. Just the artwork was very soothing, and again, like the way it's prompted here, like spiritual exhale, this is what it felt like. It really felt like spiritually just going, as in you could feel at ease with this deck. It felt very, I love this heart activation, but it felt like a balm for my spiritual self. Like it really soothed my spirit. And sometimes we really need that. Oh, beautiful. Okay, now I want to use it again. It's so pretty. But again, I want to talk about the guidebook. Of course I do. Because, let's say for example, Dreamy Escape. This just had such great messages and write-ups inside it, like Wanderlust, Hidden Treasures, Looking Glass, Conscious Dreaming, and Sojourn. So I embrace this simple exercise to calm my mind. I am able to visualize and inspire my dreams. So it was a great way to affirm to myself, to really connect in with myself, and you know, it really actually brought me back to my more intuitive self, which was really important. It was something that I had kind of, for some reason, slipped away from. It wasn't consciously, but like, how would I visually describe my current state of being as a dream gate? Ooh, okay. This is like a deep dive oracle for sure. Prompt number, where am I? 11 is the protection energy deck. So what deck feels protective, shielding, and energetically strong? And the one that I went with was the Witch's Way Home Oracle. And the reason I chose this one is because this tunes in and reminds me of all the things that I believe in and what's part of my practice and how I show up as well. So like here we've hear the whispers of your intuition. We have like a meditation here, water, lotuses, which is very much part of my beliefs and what, you know, how I would tune in. We have the seasons, the astral plane, connect with the cosmic witch, winter, ancestors. So this helps keep me grounded in my own beliefs and how I see things. So again, just because maybe others don't see or believe in the way things that I do, that it doesn't make mine any less, or it doesn't make theirs any less, right? But it just reminds me to stay rooted in my own belief system and how I approach and how I visualize and see things. So this deck really does capture all the essence and the beliefs that I do have. It's not influenced by this. This definitely helps reaffirm and reassure that as well. Like, this is so pretty. Like our spirit team, our whole, because I always say I mention like occasionally like my whole spirit team, and so that can be from ancestors to spirit guides to animal guides to even such as dragons. And you know, she has her own familiar. My familiars would be Frankie and Grim, so they're my little cats, they're my familiars. There you go, the familiar. And this reminds me of the tower for some reason in the Light series, I believe. But yeah, so this is just, yeah, whimsical, and it's beautiful, and it's like really glimmery. And if I had to choose a deck, that would be it. Underrated or hidden gem deck. Show a deck that you don't talk about enough but should. And I'm actually going to go back to one that I just mentioned here, and that is the Tarot Secrets. I definitely want to take a bit more time, if I'm being honest, to dive into this one. And I always feel bad because I've wanted to do deck studies with such a long time, but I haven't had the time because, as I mentioned previously, there's a lot going on, and I'm also in the midst of planning a wedding. So I'll be honest, like that has actually taken up quite a chunk of my time currently. So doing a deck study, I'll be honest, is just currently at the moment in time, too mentally draining. I just don't think I could really give it what it deserves. So like that, I really, really want to dive into this one because it is so beautiful. It's so symbolic. There's just a lot in it, and I want to know it more. And it is a hidden gem because I don't really see anybody else talking about it, and if I have, then I've missed it. But this is definitely a hidden gem. It's really, really good. Actually, I wanted to add a second one to the underrated and hidden gem. It's the Steely Wizard Tarot. This is so good. 1 second, let me just show you. This is the guidebook, but like, first of all, look at that. Oh, it's juicy goodness. But no, I won't take out the whole deck because I need to put a ribbon in it because it's really hard to get the cards out. This was so good. I will be talking about this at the end of the month. Now, it is glossy, but this was fantastic. So good. Now, there are extra cards in this deck, but oh my goodness me. I definitely found a way that it doesn't work for me, and I've definitely been thinking about how I want it to work as well. So this is definitely another one that's kind of underrated and a hidden gem, but I wanted to include it really quickly. I love the art style. It's so cute. Because I feel like, you know, it looks like it's drawn with pencils or something. It's, oh, hello, boobs. It's good. It's really good. Just take my word for it. That's all you need to know. And last but certainly not least is the deck you feel called to right now. So what deck is quietly calling your name lately, even if you don't know why? And I'll be honest, it's very funny because it's actually the tarot of the Green Codex tarot. And I've had this for a while. So I did it on a walkthrough Wednesday. I'll try and remember to link it up here. And I have shuffled it. I've looked through the cards. This one I think got a bit of a washy bathing suit because, hold on, yes, that's the card. you know this card. If you have this deck, you know this card. You can imagine what my thumb is covering right now. I think this card is the funniest. I love it. I really do. It's brilliant. But yeah, this deck has been calling me, and I have to be careful because, again, this has a bit of nudity in it. Now, it is a bit more on the pippish side, which wouldn't be my style, but I haven't really worked with it, and I don't know, is it because I feel like it leans more into autumn, winter, or what is it? So as you can see, it's a bit more on the pip size side. But for some reason, anytime I come into my office, because it's up on my bookshelf there, I look at it and I'm like, I really want to read with that. I really want to use this deck. And like, it has a really nice sound. Birds making noises, thank you. A lovely shuffle sound. Like, they shuffle really, really nicely. So I'm not really sure why I haven't reached for it. I don't know, is it the color palette that I'm like associating with autumn, winter? Can you see kind of the blues and browns? But yeah, this deck seems to be kind of calling me. Anyway, before my voice completely goes, thank you so much for hanging out and seeing the decks that I have chose for the halfway to Halloween. I can't wait for Halloween. I am looking forward to it. I'm not wishing summer away, but I am looking forward to it. Thank you to the lovely Celina for making such a great tag. It was so fun, and I've had fun watching others partake in this as well. I know I'm a little bit late to the party, but you know, as they say, better late than never. And as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it so very much. And I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And remember, stay magical, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.